I have heard so many people say, forgive and forget, forgive and forget. And it's like, first off, is that biblical? Did that come from Sharonda from across the street? Where did that come? Who's saying this? And now it's becoming forgive, forget, and allow them to return. Oh no, we're going to talk about it today. Welcome to another amazing episode of Sips with Shay. I am your girl Shay, and today I had to bring the mug. We need to overthink something real quick. We need to overthink something that has been said for years, maybe even centuries, and I don't know where it came from. I don't know who said this, but we need to dive into it because I'm not an advocate for all of that, okay? I'm not one of those. Now, welcome to all of my subscribers. I missed you so much, okay? To those who have returned and to those who are new, this is a safe space. This is where we sip on tea, we talk, we heal, we laugh, we might cry a little, but the goal is to become our most authentic self and make it smooth. It ain't gotta be hard. It ain't gotta be that hard. We gonna wind it down a little bit. So I did take a little bit of a note. And you're probably like, Shayla, what you need to take note for? Don't do that. Don't do that. But before I dive in, first and foremost, the tea that I am drinking, again, I am on this peppermint and Lucy tea. And the reason why I think it's really good for this episode is, first, peppermint and basil have like this anti-inflammatory property, right? Like it kind of helps balance out everything. If you're feeling inflamed, if you're having like digestive problems or headaches, because this topic kind of got me a little like, I was like, I need some peppermint tea. I needed to calm me down. I needed to woosah me, okay? So if you want to sip on this amazing peppermint and basil tea, I will put that link in the bio. Also, your girl is a spiritual advisor. So imagine, let me take you on a journey. Imagine talking to all of this. Stop, but you can. You can book me in the description below and we can talk and we can restore what's going on and we can laugh because listen, this is authentic, okay? It took a minute to get here, but we're so happy we're here. So shall we dive in? Is it really necessary to forgive, forget, and let them return? And who even came up with forgive and forget? Because it ain't biblical. Oh, it ain't biblical. First, I hope that you're feeling amazing. What brought about this topic was I was dealing with this guy. Yeah, it's always someone, right? It's always someone who makes you go into that direction. It's always. So I was having this situation with this guy and I did like him. I'll say it, but he fucked up. Can I say that? It's been said. And what happened was in my healing of becoming me to assist you so we could do this together, I had to forgive. I felt like forgiving to me is about the person. Like it's about a personal thing. It's a form of self-care. Because I don't have time for nobody holding nothing over my head. When I say nothing and nobody gonna hold nothing over me, okay? So I forgave the person and I let it be. But this person felt that my forgiveness equaled me forgetting and them returning. And I was like, no, that must be the remix version that I did not subscribe to, okay? So what does forgive even mean? So you know, I don't go to Google. I go to the etymology of the word and I looked it up. And it only means to give, to grant, or allow. It also means to give up desire or power to punish. So did I want to punish this person? In the beginning, I did. I'm gonna be honest, because y'all know I'm a truthful person. I wanted to do some things. I wanted to pluck some eyebrows out. I wanted to shank him in his kneecap. I wanted too much. Okay, too much. It's still YouTube. You're right. But yes, I did want to punish. And I felt like because I wanted to inflict like some type of attack, and it was only because my feelings was hurt. You know, as ladies, I don't even know if it's a lady thing. I'm gonna call it a human thing. When our feelings are hurt, we do want to make somebody else feel how they made us feel. And that could be petty. Who knows what it is? I just know that I was in that energy, okay? Spiritual and truth lives over here, okay? We're not gonna just be woosah and everything. Sometimes you just be like, I know, you're right. I'm gonna pull back. So it was just like, I'm not doing it. So I was like, Shayla, forgive. And in order to forgive, I had to also forgive me because I looked over those red flags. Also, he was a love bomber. So I will link that book in the description box because if you are dealing with a love bomber, you need to know the signs. They exist, y'all, and they fine too. They are fine, okay? Them love bombers. I'm having a flashback. Shayla, come back. But I was looking up the word forgive. I was just like, okay, I don't want to punish this person. I just want to live free. Now, I looked up forget. Okay? And forget means to lose the power of recalling to the mind or fail to remember, neglect. I was like, no, I'm gonna remember this. I was like, I don't want to forget it, only because this is what I think happens when people forgive and forget. Usually what happens when somebody forgives a person, they kind of just let it go, right? They're like, you know what, I'm over it. I have matured. I don't need to hold this over my head or yours. We are adults. We can move forward. But when you forget it, you are more likely to allow that energy to return, whether it's from that person or that energy resides in another person. I personally do not believe in neglecting what happened. I believe in forgiving and allowing myself to move forward. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to keep reminding you of what you've done. Now, what we're not going to do is you're not going to act like you don't know what you did. Put it like this. When people cheat and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I just want to come back. I will never do it again. To me, that is another person's choice to take that person back. You have the right to take somebody back after they've cheated on you. If you truly do forgive them, then forgive them, right? What I don't think is fair is if you keep bringing it up. You allowed that person to come back in your life, right? So it's not really fair for you to keep reminding them, yeah, I'm only bringing you back, but I know you will always be a cheater. Well, then now you look crazy, boo. You look crazy because you know somebody will always be what they are. And yet you allow them back in your space for what? To just punish them and taunt them? I don't play those games. So you're not going to forgive me or act like you forgave me and then I'm in your space and you keep bringing it up. So in the sense of forgetting, I agree on that space. If I forgive you and I allow you back in my space, then I'm choosing to act like what happened is now in the past. But do I actually neglect what happened? No, because there's an inkling of remembrance in my spirit, because there was obviously an energetic tug on my emotions that caused me to want to forget it in the first place. So I'm not necessarily forgetting it because I don't want that to return. You get what I'm saying? I think a lot of people fail in this concept of forgive and forget because it naturally starts to flow into, I'm going to allow that person to come back in. You get what I'm saying? That when the person who hurt me, I said, I forgive you. I think that this person believed that, well, because she forgave me, that means that I should be able to come back in her space. Forgiveness does not equal allowance. Okay? Forgiveness does not equal automatic return. No, it doesn't. It does not equal this, okay, well, I forgive you, boo. We good. You could come back and possibly do it again. Oh, no. And I was wondering, you know, in the Christian belief system, I was like, is this a Christian thing? And what I came to when I looked it up, like, is that even in the Bible? Was there's a scripture, Matthew 6:14-15, that says, for if you forgive others when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others their sins, your Father will not forgive your sins. I don't hear the word forget. I'm just saying, I don't hear forget. I hear forgive. Meaning, it feels good when you can walk down the street and somebody hurts you and you're like, I ain't even got time for it. I ain't even got time for you. Like, I'm over it, right? It's a power. But does that power have to extend to, yeah, we can hang out again. You could come back around me because I want you to comment because I don't want to project this onto you. But do you really believe that it's either once a cheater, always a cheater, or it's once somebody does something, they'll always do that to you? Or do you actually believe that people can change? People can become greater? Because I believe that if a person wants to do better, a person will do better, right? But do you have to do better with me? Perfect example. The guy who hurt me, I did forgive him and I let it go. Did I forget? No. But did I let it go? I did. I moved on with my life. But he was so adamant in wanting to come back. I made a suggestion. I said, if you really want to fix it, this is what I want you to do. I want you to do better for the next woman you deal with. The next woman you encounter, do right by her, because obviously you have experienced what happens when a woman knows her worth and her value. She will leave. That was me. I'm the woman who left. That was me, for y'all who forgot. And because I wanted to acknowledge, like, okay, I see that you want to change, or you want to come back in my space and prove that you are a different person, or you want me in your space. That ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I wasn't even gonna lie. It wasn't gonna happen. But you are still a good person. You probably did some messed up stuff and it really hurt me. But do better with the next individual. See, I believe that so many people keep getting in relationships and things happen and they stay in those relationships a little too long because they're in the mindset of forgive, forget, and reconnect. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that if you have violated me, hurt me, made me feel crazy, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, even some family members, okay? It's kind of like, I don't need you to be around me like that. You know, I can love you from a distance. I can forgive you and you may never know. But I don't need to allow you back into a space where when you had it the first time, you didn't do well. And some people get mad. Some people will be like, well, you forgave me. Well, how you gonna know that I did better? Oh, I'm gonna know if you did better because I can still see by your actions. See, we don't need to test everybody's level of I've changed. You get what I'm saying? Let me break that down because I think you probably got lost somewhere. Just because a person says, I'm sorry, and you forgive them, it doesn't need to be tested. It doesn't need to be proven how sorry they really are. Meaning, you don't have to bring them back into your space just to see if they've actually changed. It's okay to forgive them and then just be done, right? It's okay to forgive them and just send them on their way and believe that, you know what, when you come in contact with this situation again, you'll move wiser than when you moved with me. It's okay, because what that proves is the universe sees that, okay, this person is maturing. So now I'm going to bless them with someone who's done their work. See, I don't like to hold up my blessings, right? I've done that enough, okay? I don't like to hold up what's for me. And I'll be damned if I just keep going in circles with somebody who keep messing up and then I keep forgiving them, allowing them to come back. Okay. And then I'm missing out on the person who's actually done the work, who's already healed and restored from certain things. I'm trying to my goal is to go in that direction. Dealing with you and you always messing up and this, I ain't got time. I rather just, you forgiving, baby. And it's easy to forgive people who we really believe are not even on our levels. It's like, I'm not going to let you mess with this. We're not doing it. So the goal is forgive. Yes, it is a self-love thing. Okay. That is self-care. That helps your edges grow. You see the hair is growing because I forgave a lot of people. Forgiveness is the root for establishing self-worth, self-confidence, self-love. When you forgive, you are letting yourself know, I trust myself to protect myself. I trust myself to know that I've learned my lessons. I trust my spiritual team to have my back when I can't see what's happening. I know that it's okay. I can let it go. It's a faith thing when you forgive. It's a faith thing when you say, you know what? I just want to let it go. It's kind of like you don't want that weight on you. It is a form of self-love. Now, letting them return, that's your business. I'm not going to touch it. That's your business, because some people allow people to return because they really do want them to be different. I'm not going to judge you. That's not my place. I'm going to love on you. And I'm going to love on you through this because I've been there. I know what it's like when you want to forgive and you want to forget and you allow them to come back. And guess what? They do the same thing again. And that's when you realize, wow, forgiveness does not equal reconciliation. It does not mean that we got to be best friends again. It's like, okay, I forgive you, I love you, and I care about you, but I can't allow you to come into my space again and hurt me. Now, some people can say that's a fear thing. Some people can say, you know, well, did you really forgive? Yes. Why are we equating forgiveness with reconciliation? That doesn't go. Why is that even a thing? Why can't I forgive and let it go? Why can't I forgive and move forward? Why can't I forgive and choose me? Don't let nobody, let me do this while we wrap this up. Don't let nobody intimidate you to forgiving them and then allowing them to come back in your space. That is not a rule. That is not an obligation. Your obligation is to make sure that you feel safe and secure in who you are, where you're going, and how you're going to get there. And if people have hurt you, the worst thing that can happen is a person hurts you, right? And they know that you was everything that they were looking for. And the biggest punishment is they just don't have access to you. You ain't gotta punish them. You ain't gotta attack. When you know your worth, when you know your value, when you take everything you gave to somebody, you take that energy back. Oh, they feel that blow. They feel that emptiness. They feel that they messed up. It's like in that moment, they knew that they messed up. They know. So you ain't gotta hold a grudge. That's a personal thing. That's something that's with you. But when you say, I forgive you and I take back my access from you, I take it back. Oh, they're gonna feel it. Definitely, if you know that you brought so much into their life, you brought so much peace and so much love, that you can easily walk away with confidence, knowing that you did the right thing. And if you're battling with that, like I said, me and you can have a conversation. I will bring my tea and I will listen. I'm like, what? He did what? What? She did what? What? No, let's heal. Because sometimes you got to feel that. Sometimes you got to get it all out. Sometimes you got to be like this. And then it's like, okay, but I'm ready to forgive. And sometimes it's not that easy for you to forgive you. And see, that's why a lot of people have this battle with forgive and forget. Because when you mess up, you want somebody to forgive you and forget what you did, right? It's like, let's just move on. And I get that because I've made my mistakes. And I was like, why can't we just forget it? But I also realized that this is where people don't talk about it. We are emotional people, right? We're not robots. So when you hurt someone's feelings, that's basically what it lingers longer, right? It lingers. Now, a lot of people can say, I am not my feelings. I am not this flesh. And we can get real deep and that's cool. But the reality is if I punch you in the face, you're going to feel that. And you might look at me different when you're around me. You will always remember like this bitch, she punched me on my damn face. Like, I don't want to be around her like that. And that is your right. That is your right. And you can forgive me, but you just don't want to be around me. Now, one thing I will say is when you forgive, don't let it, when you forgive, don't keep bringing it up. If you're going to forgive and let it go, really forgive and let it go. Because now you're taunting. And now you look crazy. I'm going to say it. They probably won't say it, but I'm going to say it. You look crazy because you are still in the midst of someone who hurt you. And you trying to act like, well, I done let it go, but you didn't let it go. And what does letting it go look like? It doesn't mean that you forgot. It means that you've moved past it. You know that it happened. You know that it hurt. You know that it caused some type of turmoil in your life. But you are now in a place where you're ready to blossom forward. Okay? The goal is to move past the things that were stifling your growth. And if forgiving someone is stifling your growth, baby, just forgive them. Forgive them, move on. And if you're in this space with them, don't let them shake up your energy. You are a vibe. Okay, you are all of this and more. So don't let nobody shake you up. And if they can shake you up, then you haven't really let it go. You haven't really let it go. You haven't really moved on. You haven't really been like, all right, what happened. I'm over it. I'm just done. Okay, so forgiving is self-care. It is a form of self-love. Forgetting, if you could do it, do it. I respect it. I love you for it. But reconciliation, allowing them to come back, is not an obligation and is not a necessity. Until next time, peace.